Hello and welcome to our Torah Talk on Parsha Mattot-Massei. The service this evening is at 7:15 and tomorrow will be at 9:30 here. There's a special Kiddush in honour of the 50th wedding anniversary of Irving and Eliza Osborne, and we'd love to see you with us. This week's Torah portion, Parsha Mattot-Massei, deals with, in the second part, with the travels of the children of Israel, the journeys. It starts off with a list of all the journeys that we've made in the desert. And you have to remember the situation. Right at the end of the book of Bamidbar, the book of Numbers, we're talking about people who haven't all left Egypt. In fact, most of them haven't left Egypt. Most of the people who left Egypt have died out. And they need a retrospect of what happened and how things were. What was it like to come all that way? To move from slavery to freedom. And you've often heard people say, how did we get here? And really this parasha sets the stage for Moshe Rabbeinu, for Moses, to discuss how they got to that particular situation, and even to talk about his own failings, which meant that he and his brother and sister couldn't go into the land of Israel. The only two people who were allowed to go in were Joshua and Caleb. They were the two good spies, you'll remember, who gave a good report. The thing that I noticed more than anything else about that journey is that people complained. They were always complaining about the food, about what happened, there wasn't enough water. They were complaining that things weren't as good as when they were in Egypt. But ultimately, they all came behind Moses, they followed Joshua into the land of Israel, and they took possession of the land. And it's good to remember that even sometimes when we look back and think things were better in the rosy past, we can realise nonetheless that things today are way better than they were. The past is always viewed through rose-tinted spectacles. The present is where we live, and where we have to deal with reality. Shabbat Shalom.